All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Eccentric Academy's Teacher's Lounge, where me, Eric Miller, or as some people know me, Professor Squiggles. Wait, I say me. I talk with my brother, Cademan, and we play games and stuff and do weird stuff. And he's also known as Mr. Cow by some different people. And you can know what people by watching his videos, because he says it at the beginning of every video. And today, we're going to be doing another ChatGPT video, but instead of actually doing anything with ChatGPT, we're just going to talk about ChatGPT.
Yeah. So this was your idea. So do you have anything in particular you want to talk about it?
I don't know, my main thought was like, it's, I don't know, AI has been. I feel like I should get cool glasses too.
Why?
AI has been like a really, like, I guess, hot topic recently, like as
Right.
things get more and more
Yeah.
powerful. And so I'm curious, like, what your thoughts are on, like, how you think it will affect things, like, especially as far as, like, art and stuff.
Yeah. So, I will say I mostly have have like a negative thought of AI.
Okay.
Um, bless me. Um, Yeah, I mostly have a negative thought of AI. Um, but recently I kind of have considered more of the good side of things that could come from AI. So,
Yeah.
and I'm talking mainly this is AI art I'm talking about. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
where it's so like a bad thing could be is that like
Yeah.
now everyone becomes fake and just like follows AI, right? Um,
Yeah.
instead of being indoctrinated into like walking, talking, and acting a certain way by the public school system, it's AI that will tell us how to walk, talk, and act. And that doesn't sound very good. Um, and of course, there's
So.
also like the thing of like there's people who are getting attached to ChatGPT or
Mm,
whatever chatbot, and like
yeah.
there's a ton of like just heartbreaking stories about that sort of thing happening as well.
Yeah.
Um, which I think just points to like an overall loneliness more than AI is dangerous, Because I don't
Yeah.
think
Definitely.
people with healthy relationships, generally, people with healthy relationships, can like actually see a relationship with a chatbot and be like, this is the pinnacle of relationships.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I would agree with that. I don't. I think that like
there also
it's
is,
kind.
of course, people with like mental illness and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, there's one big story of a kid who had autism. Um, and,
Mm,
depending how severe your autism is, I could see how that could affect things. Because one thing that people with autism have is they have a hard time distinguishing, like, what's real from, like, what's just a joke that you say, or, that sort of thing.
yeah. Yeah.
So that could affect that. Um, yeah. Any thoughts on anything I've said so far before I
Um.
get into the good part about AI?
Yeah. I think I agree with pretty much everything that you were saying. Like, where it is, there's definitely like a lot of bad stuff that can be seen with it, and I don't think I could talk about this seriously if you're wearing crazy glasses. No, but
They're just blue light blocking.
okay.
I'll keep them on.
Um,
I won't put them on and I won't nod my head comedically.
yeah, you can do that when we're talking about happy stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but I think like it definitely is really interesting, like how AI has affected like artists, and also like just how many people are anti AI too. Because
Mm-hmm.
I've seen like whenever I see anything about AI on the internet, it's mostly either something made with AI or something or someone saying like how horrible it is.
Mm-hmm.
As and that's like as far as like art or music.
Right.
And like that's like a whole other like issue of its own is like the copyright thing where it's like it's taking from all these different artists to kind of jumble up and make its
Yeah.
own art, and it's like is that like legal?
I feel like that I don't know. It's a confusing sort of area where it's like cuz like if I like draw uh like copy a Batman comic, like a panel
Uh-huh.
from a Batman comic, like that's technically like a copyright image. But if I
Yeah,
draw it, if I just look at it and draw it, then it is no longer that copyright image. So it's like, how do we go about that
yeah,
with AI? Um, and
I think.
it's kind of weird
uh
because I don't where like a lot of people try and pretend, oh, it's just absolutely illegal, or it's absolutely not illegal, right?
yeah,
I think it's sort of in this weird gray area where it's like, yeah, we don't have any laws about this because
yeah,
AI is such a new thing. Um, but with that being said, I kind of think people worry too much about like plagiarism generally.
yeah,
Where it's like you look at the greatest stories of all time, like your Star Wars or your Lord of the Rings,
yeah.
and they're chock full of plagiarism. Uh, A New Hope has the scene where they're destroying the Death Star is actually taken shot by shot from another movie. Um,
Really,
yeah,
that's interesting.
down to the dialogue that the people say. Um,
Huh?
and
I have to look into that more.
I'm like, and like maybe that exact example where it's like taking something shot for shot and like down to the dialogue, making it
Hmm.
the same, like that might be a little bit too much plagiarism. Um,
Yeah,
but like all throughout Star Wars, there's things that are taken from places and they're mixed in an interesting way that's never been seen before.
yeah,
So yeah, I think generally people are too worried about plagiarism. Um, but at the same time, you also do have people who are like using AI to just alter people's art like just a little bit and then
yeah,
sell it. We also have like um, most AI have in place where you can create actual people, right? You aren't supposed to create actual people with most forms of AI, but then
actual
there,
people.
right? Yeah, like I'm not supposed to be able to be like um, create an image of David Tennant robbing a bank,
Oh, yeah.
that sort of thing. Um,
Oh, yeah. That could be
with with that
not
being
great.
with that being said, um, like there's is very hard to get to actually train AI to absolutely not do that. right? Whereas like they
Yeah.
have things in place, but there's usually ways around it and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
so it's I don't know. It's really a hard question where it's like, what are the implications of this? Um, Now, with that being said, there is a sort of white pill point of view, um,
Hmm.
which this actually comes from I think Jordan Tyler. Um, if you're familiar with the YouTube channel Blind Me Cow, um, he's one of the guys
Doesn't
that
sound
does
familiar.
Blind Me Cow. They were popular for doing lots of like videos about like homeschoolers and like
Oh,
Christian
huh.
sort of
Interesting.
stuff. Um, but anyway, I occasionally watch his videos, and he uh, was talking about how like at one point uh, like we like basically what he says is like ever since the Lord of the Rings, movies have kind of been going downhill more and more.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
and like basically, the short of it, and I don't remember exactly how much of this was his point and how much is like me sort of adding to it. Um,
Okay.
but sort of the idea is that when we uh like as of now, you need to have money to make movies. So like every movie is controlled by like a corporation that wants to push a certain
Yeah.
narrative that won't let you do this thing and this thing in your movies. Um, and that's kind of why movies are slowly getting badder and badder, is because the
Yeah.
companies are
That makes
taking
sense.
more and more control. But sort of his point was that with AI, like the companies, right, they'll likely use AI to make like those awful trailer videos that you see all throughout YouTube, where it's like
Yeah.
Star Wars 95, starring The Rock and Jason Momoa and Nicolas Cage. Um, right? Like, it's like Hollywood won't use AI effectively, but if you actually go and like use AI to make like a really pretty story, treat it as like you're
Hmm.
sort of directing AI, then that actually puts the power in a lot of people's hands to make cool, beautiful movies, cinematic masterpieces like The Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings. Um, and I think I can see a world where like that is true and that's really cool, where we use AI art in particular um to make really cool stuff. Um and I think it is like sort of inevitable at this point
Hmm.
that um AI is a tool, right? And
Yeah.
um it's a tool that people can use to make, you know, garbage content on YouTube, which, there was garbage YouTube content prior to AI as well.
Yeah.
Um,
That's that's definitely true.
but also, it's a tool that we can use to actually make really cool stuff as well. Um, and lately, that's kind of what I've been thinking is like to use AI, like that actually is an opportunity, and it gives opportunity to do things you wouldn't be able to do without it. um
Yeah.
and if you're actually figure out how to work with it and make it work well, then it is a tool that you can use effectively. So I don't know. That's sort of my white pill take. I am cautious about AI,
Yeah.
but mainly in the area where like maybe everything's just gonna become the same. It's gonna be controlled by the AI. Um,
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think the that AI is like gonna gain consciousness and like decide to kill us. I
Yeah.
think it's pretty debunked the AI that we have isn't capable of that. Or yeah, it's
Yeah,
debunked that
actually,
the AI we have would be capable of that. Is I guess what
um,
I'm trying to say.
Kidman,
Hmm.
did you? I'm I'm guessing you probably haven't, but did you hear about the like thing with I think Google's AI is called like I think it's
Gemini.
like Gemini.
Hmm.
Yeah, like recently, it people were like saying that it like gained consciousness, but like basically what happened is it would like get upset about messing up code or something and basically try to delete itself,
Yeah,
and then
yeah. I
like
think I did hear about
that
that.
was like yeah.
But
So
I
that was
think
like very recent that I kept seeing things about,
right. I think
which is
that
really
that
interesting.
is like a um I think people who know more about this have been like, yeah, no, that's not a sign of consciousness. That's just
Yeah,
like AI. It's not working the way it's supposed to for whatever reason. Um,
yeah. I don't think that it's like gaining consciousness. I
right.
It's just like
But of course,
quoting other people are like
but of
going
course,
like, oh
that's a headline that like people will latch onto because we've seen so many
yeah,
movies of that. So that's what all
yeah,
the news on it is gonna push is like, oh, AI is gonna take over the world. Even though that's
yeah,
not actually where it's gonna go.
which
So yeah,
isn't.
um, that's sort of my take. I've uh recently become a lot more okay with AI. I guess that's the best way to
Yeah,
say it.
that makes sense.
But I, much like probably everyone watching, I am tired of all the fake trailers. Um,
Yeah.
everything. I hate that uh, when I go to YouTube and I search John Wick movie trailer, uh, most of the trailers that pop up aren't real, right? And stuff like
Yeah.
that. Um, I think I think where the area stands or where the problem stands is just with um with everyone being able to make things that might look like
Yeah.
something um but it doesn't actually work, right? And
Yeah.
that's like because like that's another part of it is like people are like we aren't going to be able to trust anything with AI with like the photorealistic pictures it can make of like actual humans, and
Uh-huh.
it's just getting better and better. um but
Yeah.
like maybe I'll throw up some images on the screen, but I had AI make some images of me as the doctor, just
Oh
for
yeah.
kicks and
The,
giggles. They look really
the one you
good.
sent to me, and then I was like, actually, after you sent those to me,
Uh-huh.
um, I I like ran over to Jemima's room. I was like, Jemima, they just announced the 16th Doctor, and then I showed her the pictures, and she's like, wait, what? Who is it? And then I showed her, and she was like, oh. Like she was like, oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
I think I might
so
have been like, it's someone you know.
that's funny.
But
Um,
yeah,
yeah, no, but so like as you can see from those images, like they look really good. They're all believably me in that scenario,
yeah,
minus the fact that I
You
would never cast an American as the Doctor, you know.
yeah, you also do look kind of weird in some of them,
And
like
a few of them, yeah. But
yeah. And a
like
lot of them, like you're still
most of them,
recognizable.
yeah, most of them, it is like um believably believably me. There is like a um something where it's like it seems to morph faces together. Um
Oh, huh.
I think a few of them morphed me a little bit into David Tennant. I kind of noticed that a little bit. Um
Yeah.
but and then like I did one where it was like me and John Pertwee riding motorcycles. Um and like it made my face look a little bit like John Pertwee. Um so like
Yeah, that's
there's
weird.
that element of that, but like it will only be so long before, you know,
Yeah.
that's not the case anymore.
I
And
feel
that
like
and that's what scares
uh-huh.
me is like the fact that it can pretty consistently take make pretty good images of real people.
Yeah.
Um, and that's that's kind of scary. Um,
I think
I
though
wish there
like
was a
in
way we
some
could
ways
prevent that. I don't think there is.
uh-huh. Yeah.
So
What I was gonna say is I think like in some ways that could be good in a way, not necessarily that things are made that are like made to mislead, but it could make it so that people are less likely to believe things.
mm,
Um, because then I don't know. I think that could be good, especially because it seems like in today's day and age, people will just see something on the internet and be like, "Oh yeah, that's completely true." In fact, I think like
yeah,
I sound like an
but
analytical, like smart person,
but
but a while ago, uh-huh.
well, I was gonna just say that I think the thing about that is that people not trusting other people isn't what we want. We just want people
Yeah,
to be trustworthy, right? And like it kind of
yeah,
sucks that people aren't trustworthy, so we can't trust them. Um, and it's like how do we make
yeah,
people trustworthy instead of not trustworthy? And it's like I don't know how we do that.
yeah.
'Cause
That is a
like
good point. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Do you think it's better to have like this is kind of an exaggeration of a question, but like having like a community or like I guess the entire internet of people all like trust everything or all distrust everything?
Um
Just like with how it is now,
with
because
how it
like
is
for me,
now,
I
yeah, absolutely don't trust everything, right?
yeah,
You'll lose all of your money if you trust everything on the internet. But
yeah,
to your point, maybe this will actually sort of push back into smaller communities. Um,
yeah,
where it's like we're trusting only the people that like we know and um, we know
yeah,
won't mislead us and that sort of thing. Uh, but like it is still like like people could get hacked online and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know.
yeah,
I think there's definitely something an interesting culture shift that is gonna come with the
yeah,
introduction
definitely.
of AI. Um, but I really think it's too late to put the cat back in the box. Um,
Yeah, definitely. And like actually recently that reminds me there was like a huge like not really a poll but like a thing that people would sign uh where basically they were trying to convince like the AI engineers um not to continue working on AI because it was becoming like overly powerful, I guess, or like
hmm.
it knew too much. And so basically there was like uh, a petition. That was the word I was thinking of. There's a petition of people, and it was signed by like hundreds, thousands, maybe different like people, especially like people from colleges and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like that's really interesting because like I think at this point, like even if they were to stop work on it now, like I don't know, I kind of doubt that it will end up like being like, oh yeah, AI isn't happening anymore, or like anything like that, just because I think that like I I guess I don't think that they're gonna stop working on it, but I don't know. I don't know all the details of it. I just remember like people were spreading it around the internet a while ago because I kept hearing about it.
Yeah. And to me, like, that's just silly. A lot of these AIs are like open source and stuff. So,
Yeah,
like, even if people aren't supposed to um, keep working on it, I feel like people are going to. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, it's like
It's not
I
as easy to
see
just like.
I see the negative of like how culture as we know it is going to change and be different. Um, but I'm like maybe the way to deal with it is not trying to put the cat back in the box, but trying to train people how to play with the cat. Um,
Yeah,
and like, you know, but it's also we don't know how to play with the cat because the cat didn't exist 10 seconds ago, right? And that's part of the problem with the internet as well, is like it it just came out of nowhere, and we didn't know how to deal with social media because it didn't exist and then it did.
yeah.
So
I mean, I, I could almost argue that we still don't know what to do with social media, but
right, well, and that's the thing, that's sort of my point, is like, because like I think just now the people who are
uh,
just becoming adults have like the fullest scope of social media because they had it when they were born, right?
yeah,
um like social or yeah, social media existed when I was born, right? And I'm 23 now. So like um people people older than me, like I don't know exactly when like Facebook or like MySpace was introduced. Um
yeah.
but
At
you
some
know,
point,
I think people I want to say within 5 years of me, you know, probably also had social media forever. Um
yeah.
but like older people, right? They don't know. You know, my grandparents, our grandparents lived,
Hmm.
because we are brothers on our mother's father's side. Um, but like they have no idea. They have no idea all like the sort of scams that come with social media and all that sort of things.
Yeah,
Not to mention like the 8-year-old girls that are on Instagram and then they're like, oh, I have to wear not very much clothes and, you know, look like this.
yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not
Also,
good, you know.
that reminds me. Do you know if they're passing a law in the U.S. about changing the like age for using social media to 16? Because I keep hearing like people talking about something of that sort. But
Yeah,
the weird thing is like
I
they
haven't
they did
heard
that in
of
like
that.
Australia
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is I've
recently.
heard of that's in the UK. That's in Australia. I haven't heard of
Yeah.
it being in the US.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I'd have to
and
look into it more.
even that is a double-sided sword because
Uh-huh.
like on um on like first glance it's like, oh yeah, good, keep kids off the internet. But then we
Hmm.
also have to realize, oh, but that means you need digital ID, right? So that means that
Oh, yeah.
someone, you know, has to have your information right there on the internet. And on top of that, I really think what we need to do is we need
Hmm.
to teach parents to, actually be responsible with what they let their kids do online. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
so, yeah.
I
Any
think,
last words before we end out this video?
um, I mean, I think that you guys should let us know in the comments what you think of AI and social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
And also,
It,
um,
I would love to see some conversation that's actually conversation instead of like, oh, your AI people are bad because this, and then, you know.
yeah, I think that's like the main thing is like the only thing I see of AI most for the most part is just like, ew, AI. Like I'm not gonna follow anyone that uses AI, or I'm not like
Hmm.
that kind of thing where it's like kind of just like the overly dramatic like
Right.
AI is everywhere kind of like everyone's lying kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah.
um, yeah, I don't know. I would definitely like to hear what people in the comments think. The five, if you're one of the five people who watch our videos, you should comment what you think of AI if you have any thoughts.
Yeah. I'd love
You
to
should
hear it.
also
Eric would love to
like the
hear it.
video and subscribe, uh, and dislike the video too,
Right. Yeah.
because that
Because
means
you're
you like it for us.
we ask you if you like the video to choose if you want to like or dislike it, and the reason we do
Yeah.
that is just because we won't get sad when there's like thousands of dislikes on a video. Um, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.